Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you wanna give them love? Then give them some more. Come on.
Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to. Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to. Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you want to.
Come on.
Give them more if they want some. Give them more if you
Give them more.
It's your favorite host doing the most, and you know I love the most, and we made it to 2024. Now, we halfway through the month, and I know some people may be wondering, where's the content? Well, I wanted to get well past the holidays, and I had some business stuff to take care of. No excuses, right? But since we're in 2024, 17 days, tomorrow will make 18 days, which when this will come out on the 18th day of the year, we've already run into a major problem. First of all, shout out to the sponsor, Trap Art LLC, Trap Art Clothing Co. I ain't got nothing on me right now, but I'll put the link on it. And if you've seen the other episodes, then you know what they bringing. Some of the best designer wear you can get, right? And then shout out to the intro. If you love the intro, please leave a like. And if you want the information for the person who made my link intro, please hit me up at the bottom. But back to our problem that we've already ran into. So the problem we ran into already in 2024 is that some people thought that it was just a magical switch, that because a year was ending, that they was just going to turn this switch on and everything that they wanted to do, it was just going to happen. Well, my parents, it takes time to build habits. So while we're working on our habits, just remember, you can't do something every day, 6, 7, 8, 9 months in a row and think you're just going to stop. You can, depending on what it is, but generally you can't stop. And I ain't even talking about like smoking or drinking or anything like that. Just anything in general, eating a certain way, doing this, doing that. So why do we go to so many extremes when we're trying to turn it around? Let's use weight loss, for example. Okay, you put on a few pounds, and it took you months to put on a few pounds, right? Why do we get stuck on trying to undo what we did literally in like a week? That if we don't have results, now keep in mind, we went 6 months eating bad or eating what we want and enjoying life, but we don't look at it as it could take just about its equal 6 months to get back to how we was looking or even better. Why do we search for instant gratification once things don't go our way? That's one of the biggest flaws that most of us run into. We search for this instant gratification when things don't go our way because we enjoy life. We enjoy eating what we want and doing stuff. But let me tell you, on the flip side of eating healthy and now you have to work out and do all of this stuff, it is very strenuous. And, it happens to pretty much everybody. And it's a process, but it takes just as long to do the right thing as it did. Not saying you did the wrong thing, but just doing the things that led you to, let's say, not being happy with how you look in the mirror. Same thing when it comes to life. Just because you set goals and you made your vision board and you did all this stuff at the top of the year, don't mean you're just going to automatically snap and fall into formation with all this stuff. I think some of us put too much pressure on ourselves that, it's the top of the year, I got to do this, and this. That's why all these gym memberships get sold at the beginning of the year. And then by the end of the year, by February, most of them is trying to cancel because they feel like they're wasting their money. It's because the follow through is the hardest part. So we're going to be 18 days into January, and you may not have started on or started working towards some things that you planned at the end of the year. But do not go the rest of this year, 347 days, 348 because it's a leap year, dragging and feeling like a failure just because you didn't get out to a strong start. And we're not even a full month in yet, and you're already seeing people giving up. That's how the world wants you to feel. Well, why would you say that, Mo? Why would the world want me to feel down? Because the more people that's down, the less people that's up. The less people that's up, the less competition is for the people at the top. If everybody was doing well financially and could own businesses and do that, then it'll be a perfect world. But then those people at the top who want to keep us down, keep you down, keep these people down, boom, then they're going to feel some type of way, come up with new ways. But I've also learned that a lot of times some of us don't have people trying to keep us down. Our mentality keeps us down. Our subconscious keeps us down. Our level of insecurities keeps us down. Our lack of motivation keeps us down. Our lack of knowing keeps us down. And I'm not going to be the one that say, oh, let's break generational curses and stuff like that. I have my own thoughts on that term. But hear me out when I say that it has to start with someone. No, it's not your job to fix what everybody did, but it takes one brave person to make a big difference in their life, and it can rub off on others. Because I truly believe in this world, we want to be magnetic people. And as magnetic individuals, if we stay magnetic and stick with our faith systems, whatever you choose to believe in, the only thing we want you to believe in here, without a doubt, is inspiration. But I can't tell you which God to serve, or do you like the universe or whatever. Whatever your faith system is, if you're magnetic and you tie that with your faith system and you put the work in, you will not show me a person that's done that and put in the work and time who's not successful. But if you're electric and you're a fair weather with your faith and your work effort is lackadaisical, you're not going to show me many people that's successful. And in 2024, the Give 'em More podcast will be more direct and more precise, because I've been through some things in this past 2.5 years of my life. I went from, what some would consider a rather regular life to what some would consider extraordinary. It's all up here. But let me tell you something. Before I started owning the business, I really enjoyed life. No, I didn't have as much money as I want. No, I couldn't buy all the things that I want. Some weeks, couldn't eat what I wanted, but I really was happy in life. Did I have the ups and downs? We all do. Did I have probably some depressions at times that I wasn't even aware of? Yes, that's part of life and growing. But even before I started owning the business, got married, did all of this, I was truly happy in life, because a lot of the things I did then, I still enjoy now. But I'm also a person who can probably still work a little bit harder, but we don't appreciate ourselves enough to realize that we make sacrifice in the day to day to help provide for others and do stuff like that. And a lot of us are too hard on ourselves. So, like I said, our goal in 2024 is let's be magnetic. And magnetic means when we put our mind to something, when we put our faith to something, and we put our work effort in, we're going to be magnetic. We're going to attract stuff. Stuff is going to come to us. People, places, things, they're going to come to us because we are magnetic. We draw things in. You don't want to have L energy or electric energy, meaning you shock things. Because when you shock something 9 times out of 10, you either fry it or you kill it or you push it away. Everybody has probably walked across some carpet with some socks on and touched somebody and electrocuted them. It don't feel good. Crazy part about being an electric person is a lot of times when you do that, you feel it too. So, like I said, in 2024, we're really working on being magnetic, keeping our heads up, keeping our attitudes positive, keeping everything going and flowing, because if we don't do it, who will? You got families depending on you. You got yourself depending on you, and really just focus on your health. We want to be health conscious because everybody is not fortunate enough to be born healthy or some people run into some illnesses later in life, and it's unfortunate in all bases. But let's do what we can to keep ourselves up, and if things come along, then there's nothing we can do about that. But as long as we stay strong and keep our faith and keep our minds in the right place, we'll keep going. I mean, like my aunt, shout out to my aunt Diane, a very, very, very strong person. We're not going to go into, you know, personal information, but she watches and she'll probably see this. And very strong person. But one thing I admire about her is that she never gives up. She always keeps her head in the right place. And that's hard to do when you go through so many things. So um, just want to say to her, don't think that we're not admiring. Everyone is not admiring how you fight your battle and how you keep going, right? So, and that's to anybody. If you know someone that's fighting their battle and keep going, fortunately, I have a lot of strong people in my family, but she's just one of the many examples of just someone being strong and pushing through in my family. But yeah, like I said, we want to be magnetic in 2024. We want to be little magnets out here just drawing in the right things. Because, see, when you draw in something that's an equal opposite of you, it sticks. But with two magnets, if I'm a north facing pole and you're a north facing pole, we're going to retract. So just because I told you to be magnetic, trust and believe, God will make sure whatever you believe in, your faith system will make sure that anything that seems like it's of the same caliber of you, but doesn't attract properly, if you know anything about magnets, it'll never stick and it'll be repelled from you. So that's a whole nother lesson that we can get into, is when you get the eyes to see from a mile away that somebody, even though they look the part, they just smoking mirrors. They appear to be something that they're not. It's just a trick. But once you go through life, once you get experiences, once you put your faith in, once you truly know what you're dealing with in this world, people can't hit you with smoke and mirrors no more, because these eyes become very, very tuned. That's why a lot of people say the eyes is the gateway to the soul, because in fact, what we perceive life to be is our reality. And a lot of people's perception come from vision. Unless you're visually impaired or something, then your perception can come from eyes or your other senses. But everyone that has all their sensitives and not impaired, most of our perception come from what we see. And then most of the intuitive people come from what we can feel. So once again, it's your favorite host doing the most. Welcome to 2024. And yes, we're 18 days in it. We just getting started. 347 days to go. Consistency is back on the horizon. Like I said, eventually, probably middle of February, we'll be back. We'll go to like 2 episodes a week. We're going to start dropping more clips, more content. It's going to be good. Trust me. But anyway, y'all have a blessed one. And remember, in 2024, we're going to be magnetic, not electric. Peace.
Give 'em all they want some.